which is Poetry Lesson 5, Acrostic Poems. So remember, my screen looks much different than your screen. I have everything on mine. I only send you what you need for the day. So yours is Poetry Lesson 5, Acrostic Poems, which you've already opened because you would have seen these parts. Now your screen has 3 parts. You have step 1, step 2, step 3. I don't have step 1 because I'm making step 1, the video. Remember that yours said step 1, open and watch this video. But step 2 for us says open this for notes about the lesson. Remember, you can always use the video and you can use the notes to help you as you create your poems. But we're going to read the goal together at I can use a variety. Ready? I can use a variety of words to create acrostic poems. So variety means different. So using lots of different words. Back in lesson 1, we talked about word choice and how poets, which is you, a writer of poems, poets are always thinking about their words, trying to come up with the strongest and best words. And we're going to use that today to create acrostic poems. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm first going to show you some coaching tips. And then we're going to take a look at some examples. So step 1, read these coaching tips. Each word or sentence for each letter must begin with that letter, which when we get to the poem examples, that'll make more sense. You can do just one word or a sentence for each letter. Reread your poem when done. Write about what you know. And after you post a poem, read others and make positive comments of their poems. So now we're going to go to step 2. Open the acrostic poem folder for examples. And then after we're done looking at the poems, we're going to go to step 3. Write your own acrostic poems on Seesaw. So I'm going to click back here. In the top left corner, there's my back arrow. And then step 3 says, open this folder of acrostic poems for examples. So you're going to see that there are 5 different poems here. First one says acrostic poem number 1, Winter. Acrostic poem number 2, Cats, and it goes down to 5. We're going to open up acrostic poem number 1, Winter. Okay, so now you're going to notice there's the big W-I-N-T-E-R. Those letters spell the word winter. And then after each letter is a sentence that starts with that letter. So the W starts with winds. So it's because wind starts with the W. Winds stiff and cold nip at my nose. Icicles hang from rooftops and sparkle like jewels. N. Nightfall comes early and darkens the world. T. Trees bare and still wear coats of white snow. E. Eager children grab sleds and run up steep hills. R. Resting animals hibernate until spring breezes blow. So each of those sentences goes along with winter, because the whole poem is about winter. So each of those sentences is kind of a part about winter. So I'm going to read that again one more time. And I just want you then to kind of check and make sure. Does each sentence have something to do with winter? So W, winds stiff and cold nip at my nose. Well, yeah, winter, those cold winds, yeah, they're stiff. They make you like ice up. They make you kind of freeze. And cold nip, yeah, almost like bite at your nose. It gets so cold. I, icicles hang from rooftops and sparkle like jewels. Yeah, like icicles that hang down. And they use a simile there, sparkle like jewels. Now, an icicle is not really a jewel, but it's sparkling like a jewel. N, nightfall comes early and darkens the world. Yep, during the wintertime, our days are shorter, so night comes earlier. T, trees bare and still wear coats of white snow. So it's kind of a metaphor there, because trees really don't wear coats, but it's like they are wearing a coat of snow. E, eager children grab sleds and run up steep hills. Eager meaning excited. Yep. Some people, not all children, but some children love to go sledding, so they're excited. And then R, resting animals hibernate until spring breezes blow. Yep. Animals like to hibernate, meaning basically sleep or just rest until kind of like a partial sleep during the winter until spring comes. So yeah, so that works for that first poem. I'm going to hit the back button in the top left corner. I'm going to go to poem 2, Cats. Okay, cats. So again, you can see C-A-T-S for cats. Okay. C, curled up in a small fluff ball. A, all snug and warm. T, thinking of mice and milk. S, slowly falling to sleep. Yeah, each line basically talks about cats. And this can be the biggest thing when with every word or line that you're going to do, it's all going to go with what it's all about. And this is all about cats. And that's, each line is about cats. Now I'm going to go to acrostic poem number 3, dogs. Now you're going to see this one. This one is a really cool one. I don't see these ones very often because instead of starting it, each letter ends it. So that one gets a little bit trickier. So you can see it says dogs at the very end. D, D, O, G, and S. But they really do end because this word is sniffed for the D, to for the O, panting for the G, and baths for the S. But each of these lines does go with dogs. Running back to where you've already sniffed. We always wonder where you get to. Then you come bounding back, panting, covered in mud, but hating baths. Okay, acrostic poem number 4, mice. Now this one has the word mice right in the middle. So you can see that word, the letters M-I-C-E. So that one's really tricky. So like the M is for movements, I is for I'd, like I would. C is for cat, and E is for even. Small, quick, such small, quick movements. I don't think I'd ever seen such a sight. Or it's not I would, I had. Sorry, I had. When I said I, it's for I would. It's supposed to be I'd, or I had. I'm going to start it over again. Such small, quick movements. I don't think I'd ever seen such a sight. Not afraid of the cat. I'm sure one of them even tugged at his tail. So every line just has to do with mice. And then the 5th one, acrostic poem number 5, water. Okay, so you can see water is over on the left side there, W-A-T-E-R. Wait until night to water your lawn. Always use a pail when you wash the car. Turn off the faucet when you brush. Every leak wastes water. Fix them. Rain barrels save water. So, something we have not talked about with any of our poems has been author's purpose. Because remember, a poem can either be to entertain, like for fun, like a fun fiction one. It can be for inform, to teach you something, or it can be persuade, to make you think a certain opinion or to get you to do something. This one is definitely making sure not to waste water. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. That was my last poem. Now remember, after I'm all done with my lesson, you can go back and look at the notes again in step 2, look at any of these poem examples for step 3, and just think about what you want to do for your own poems. Okay, next part is going to be going to Seesaw to do our own writing.